A man who was not just the leader of Libya, but a visionary who dreamed of uniting all of Africa. A dream so powerful that, if it had come true, Africa might have stood as a global superpower today. But this dream was crushed before it could be realized. This is the story of Muammar Gaddafi and his vision for the United States of Africa, a vision that died with him. Muammar Gaddafi, a name that some remember as a revolutionary, while others call him a dictator. In 1969, at just 27 years old, he led a coup, overthrowing King Idris and taking control of Libya. He introduced a new system called Jamahiriya, claiming it was a government where power belonged to the people. But Libya was just the beginning. Gaddafi's vision stretched far beyond his own country. He wanted to unite all of Africa into a single powerful nation, a United States of Africa. No borders, no divided governments, just one continent, one leader, one currency. At the heart of his vision was a new African currency, backed by gold. This would have freed Africa from dependence on the US dollar and the euro, allowing the continent to control its own wealth and trade. Libya had vast oil reserves and gold, enough to support this plan. If it had been implemented, Africa could have become an economic powerhouse, no longer controlled by Western financial systems. In 2009, Gaddafi officially proposed the United States of Africa to the African Union. Standing before African leaders, he declared, "Either we unite and show the world that Africa is powerful, or we will remain slaves to Western powers forever." But not everyone agreed. Some African leaders saw Gaddafi as a dictator seeking more power for himself. Others feared losing control over their own nations. And then there were the Western countries, who saw this plan as a direct threat to their influence over Africa. If Africa adopted a single gold-backed currency, it would reduce global reliance on the US dollar and euro, shaking the very foundation of Western economies. Many believe this is why Gaddafi became a target. In 2011, during the Arab Spring, protests erupted in Libya. NATO launched airstrikes supporting rebel forces that aimed to overthrow Gaddafi. Chaos spread across the country, and soon his government collapsed. As he tried to escape his stronghold, he was captured by rebels, dragged through the streets, beaten, and killed. His body was left abandoned on the roadside, a brutal end for a man who once dreamed of uniting an entire continent. But his death did not bring peace to Libya. Instead, the country fell into years of civil war, its economy shattered and democracy still out of reach. And Gaddafi's vision for a powerful, independent Africa faded away. Now the question remains, what if his dream had come true? What if Africa had truly united? If the United States of Africa had become a reality, Africa could have been one of the world's most dominant economic and military forces. A single African currency, backed by gold, would have ended Western financial dominance over the continent. African nations would have full control over their own natural resources, leading to industrial and technological growth. A unified African army could have protected the continent from foreign interference, ensuring its security and stability. Political conflicts between African nations could have been reduced, replaced by a shared vision of progress. The people of Africa would have stood together, proud and powerful, no longer divided by colonial-era borders. But such a future required unity, something Africa has struggled with for centuries. Even today, the continent remains fragmented, weighed down by corruption, political instability, and foreign influence. So was Gaddafi's vision just a dream that died with him? Or is there still a chance that one day Africa will rise united and claim its place as a global superpower?